welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ceagle and I'm happy to have you. And today it will be all about Virgo. Now, this is the fourth installment of my Build Newcrest Astrology save file. So if you have not seen the other videos, I will leave a link card in one of these corners, or there's also a link to the playlist in the description. Now, this is also the first part of the, I guess you could call it the Virgo series. I guess no, you can call it Virgo week, right? This is the first part of Virgo week. So I will just be, creating Virgo's look in this video. But if you want to come back for the second video, we will be building Virgo's home. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So Virgos are known to be analytical, reserved, critical, but also helpful. The colors they're known for are blue and beige. Now, with the blues I was using with Veronica here, I went more for that sapphire blue. I just think it looks really pretty with her. And, I'll correct myself in editing, but for some reason I thought sapphires were more aligned with Virgos. Now, famous celebrities who are also Virgos, we have Zendaya, we have Nick Jonas, Idris Elba, Keke Palmer, who I am currently in love with right now. And also we have the queen, Beyonce. It's actually Beyonce's birthday the day I am recording this. So, shout out to Beyonce. But yeah, let's talk about the planetary ruler. Now, Mercury is the planetary ruler for Virgo. Now, didn't I also just say Mercury was the ruler for Gemini? Yes, I did. But, a lot of these planets do have two signs associated with the planet. Let's talk more about Mercury, but in the eyes of a Virgo. So Mercury is known as the communications person. They were known as the messenger of the gods in mythology. And, they really do rule that day-to-day communications, that day-to-day organization, right? And with Gemini, I spoke a lot more about the communications with others, those curiosities. But with Virgo, I'm actually going to talk more about what it takes to, be able to have all that communication, right? Have all of that curiosities. With Mercury, sure, they know how to communicate with others, they rule that area of your life. But, if you're also going to communicate with others, you also have to start keeping those facts straight, right? You have to really understand the detail of knowing what you have learned through that communication. And that's what I'm thinking about when it comes to Virgos, right? So that prompt delivery of messages, think Virgo. Virgo's going to definitely be sitting there thinking okay, this needs to be delivered to this person on this day. So that's Virgo, right? We're thinking that organization that it takes to put any event together, to keep facts straight that you may learn from other different communications. That's also Virgo. And just being detailed oriented, you don't want to get a message that's just hey, I need you to meet me. Well, where, when, how am I going to get there? You know what I'm saying? You need to know those details. And that's where, Virgo comes in again when you're looking at Mercury through a Virgo lens. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little astrology spiel that I had. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the traits that I assigned to Virgo. Now, you can already see them on the screen, but I did assign Perfectionist, Neat, and Snob. And I'll go in detail about why that is. So with Perfectionist, this should be somewhat obvious based on what I have already said, but things just need to be in order with Virgo, and just know you're definitely going to get that when you're speaking with the Virgo. If they're, helping to plan anything or details, or, just they're going to be so hard on themselves to make sure everything's right. And that's what a Virgo does. With Neat, also along that same vein of Perfectionist, you're thinking, if I'm going to be out here dwelling out details to everyone, when things need to be done, how they need to be done, how I want them done so that you get it right, right? All of that needs to be very neat and organized in a way that you're communicating that to someone. They know exactly what you're looking for. Also, real quick, I'm going to take a bit of a spiel or a bit of a segue and take a bit of a segue from what I was saying, because this party outfit, I end up putting Virgo in this blue blazer. Now, the reason I do blue blazer dress, now the reason I am segueing right now is because originally with a lot of Virgo's outfits, you know, I definitely made Virgo more prim and proper, right? As in, you know, very covered up, you know what I'm saying? That very business professional look, right? But with Virgo, I really wanted it to make sure that Virgo knows what occasion they're going to, right? They know where they need to go. They're just going to do it their way and they're going to look really, really neat. So that blue blazer dress is for, you know, the club, the bar, the lounge that they're going to with their friends. Yeah, every detail is going to be in place. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a segue because this is also aligning with the traits that I was just talking about. So lastly, the last trait is snob. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a stretch, but you know, hear me out. I went with snob for Virgos simply because I feel like with Virgos, they're not necessarily going to mess with you if they don't feel like you're to their level. Now, I think there are a lot of signs like that, but I feel like Virgo more specifically, right? If they're taking care of every detail of certain things, they don't want to be sitting there picking up the slack for someone else, right? They're going to want to be associating with people that they know, I guess, know how to meet them at their level. Like, think about Beyonce. Think about this whole view she's created around herself about things being very much in line with each other. The dancers, the actress of her shows, they're very much on point and organized. I don't think anybody can say they went to a Beyonce concert and it was a mess. Like, nobody can say that. So anyway, to get back to the snob point in particular, I feel like Virgo's not going to want to mess with you if you can't meet them at their level. And then in the game, you know, snob Sims get a moodlet buff when they're around other snob Sims. So I feel like, you know, with Virgos, if they're around other Virgos or just any other people that they feel like is meeting them at their level and know how to handle all those details, they're just going to be very, very happy. So once again, those three traits are perfectionist, neat, and snob. And, you know, that's actually going to be the end of my voiceover. I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of the Create a Sim for Virgo. If you want to watch the other 3 videos, I'll leave a link to the description either on the screen somewhere, or I will leave it in the playlist, or I will leave a link to the playlist down below. Enjoy the video. Bye now.